Hey everybody, 5thHorseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and we've got a crazy ship that we're delivering to Minmus. That is the goal, at least at the beginning of this episode. Actually, you know what? That might be the screenshot, who knows, even though it's really dark. Sorry about the darkness. We're in the shadow of Minmus. We are half an hour away from our whoa, crazy time. Free mode here. We're half an hour away from our maneuver node. I figured it would be fun for you to watch it with me as it ever so slowly comes upon us. Oh, there's dawn. You really can't get better sometimes in this game. Coming around the light side. Yeah, we're getting this thing into a stable orbit. And then we're going to land our base. That's the goal here. So let's close the alarm. It's a 53 meter per second burn, which can't really be that long. What is it? It's about 0.5% of what we have. Is that right? Or 5% of what we have? It's 5% of what we have. Yeah. So 5% of 7.5 minutes is, I have no idea how much. But I think it's going to be about less than a minute, let's say. Let's just guesstimate less than a minute. Let's hit F5 and do a test burn. Yep, 20 seconds. Much less than a minute. Okay. And our goal here is we want to get a orbit that gives us... Yeah, we don't actually care about this maneuver node now that I'm thinking about it. We want an orbit that gets us a close encounter with the space station. So let's just burn ourselves down here. Until we think that we're on the final approach here. I think that might have been it. So let's speed ourselves up now, because that thing was going really slow. We might have had one more orbit, but I don't want to risk it. I think we'll just take what we get here. That purple node looks perfect. It's right at sunrise, so we won't have any problems with doing this thing in the dark or anything. This ship is very unwieldy, as most of my ships are. We do have monopropellant. I think, yeah, we do. Might as well use it. It's really not working that well, because this ship is so huge. It'll be much easier to control once we drop all this extra mass off of the space station. There we go. Let's go ahead and burn this. We're going to get this orange one here. What is that? Less than a kilometer? Yeah, that looks good. I don't think we can really ask for it to be better. Oh, I just made it worse. I just made it as bad in the opposite direction. So I think that's good. Okay, so we've got this guy now. Let's go ahead and add a closest approach. We're going to have to slow down when the time comes, which means flipping ourselves around again. And the act of turning us around has caused this thing to... That's crazy. I think once we slow down here, hopefully this will correct it back. Apparently not. Apparently having RCS on was a bad idea. Let me see if I can fix this with a little thrust. And actually I just realized. Yeah, I can fix it with a little thrust. I didn't need to do this. I could have done this part with RCS as well. And boom, right there. Look at that. It's even better than it was. Okay, so now we're going to add an alarm for closest approach. We're going to add this alarm. I think I want it 5 minutes away. Because I don't know exactly how good that's going to be. Okay, and then if you look here, I've done some scanning, of ore. And I found some interesting prospects. I like this guy right here because he's equatorial. But I, in particular, like this guy right here because not only is he big, but he's really close to this landing prospect. And if you look here, if I switch between Kethane and ore, they actually overlap a little bit. So I think I'm going to set up my refinery right here on this like this flat area on the top of this thing, which is on this hex. If you look at this hex right here, I got the little probe spaceship on it right now. If you switch over to ore, it's not there. Never mind. This hex right here. Oh, that's not on the ridge though. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this prospector over here and check this out and see if we can get in one of these hexes on a flat area where we have both. Maybe right on this ridge line. That'll be kind of cool looking. So I think that's one thing we're going to do today. And then if we have more time, we are going to we're going to do a little bit more scanning here because obviously we haven't really scanned that much. But the brighter yellow everything is, the more ore there is. You see there's 646 here, but there's only 428 here. And then there's a red one around here somewhere, I thought. But no, I think there's a red one on Moho that is a lot smaller. So I think we're going to try to land here. So let's go ahead and control this guy. And go ahead and do that. Okay, this wasn't a great lie anyway, so it's nothing really major to worry about. We basically want to go north, though. Yeah, pretty much north exactly, which makes it easy. We've got half of our fuel. North is upper left. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's turn on our computer so we don't... I think it's just that ridge right there. Whoa! That was kind of crazy. I never expected that. Note to future self, do everything with these probes in map mode. And hurry up. That was crazy. Okay, there we got that. We've got ore and Kethane in the same grid. That's actually the grid I wanted. So, yeah, it's going to be right on that ridge right there. Hopefully this ridge right here. Let's see. Is going to be... It doesn't look very flat, to be honest. Might be better off down over here. But we'll see. Let's hit F5, shall we? Oh, it's over there. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to call it. This isn't going to be good. Yeah, it's not really a ridge between... Yeah, I'm going to try to land it right about where it is, to be honest with you. Right about where it's going. Like right in this area here looks like it might be kind of flat. And then we'll check the map and see if that's actually good. Let's see. The sun is over there. So our shadow is going to be over here somewhere. Somewhere out there. Sorry, I promised I wouldn't sing because it probably drives people away. Let's see. Let's go down to 30 here. Make sure we don't hit too hard. Still haven't seen my shadow. Oh, there's my shadow up here. Let's go down to 20. We're going to land on this rock. Let's go down to 10. Whoop. There we go. We're pretty much zeroed out. I could use the vertical velocity thing, but I don't like to use it as a crutch, to be honest. There we go. Turn the computer off. That is a horrible slope. We got to go down here. We just have to. Let's turn the computer back on. And we want to go slightly to the right of down, which I think is going to be right on my keyboard. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's... I wish I could zoom in farther on the map, because obviously it's not telling me that closely. But so far, I'm not too happy with this prospect. I like the other one much better. Looks like we're going too far. But we're still in this hex, so... I think we're good. Let's go ahead and... I'm using physics warp because regular warp just isn't enough. Yeah, I'm hoping this will be flatter. We'll find out in a moment here. Where's that shadow? There it is. Da da da. But that's why we have these prospectors. So they can do the hard work of finding the good place to land. So we don't have to do that with the big ship. I highly recommend this as a way to find your own Kethane deposits. Or just landing places in general. Okay, nice. And actually... Bam! This is very flat. Okay. We're down in the next one of these, but if I remember correctly, it doesn't have ore in it. Grr, arg. Okay, so... we can either try over here, which is all slopey, and pretty much I can guarantee you it's not going to be good, or... this is, we just have to live with not having a good ore deposit here. It looks like we're just going to have to live with that. We don't have a good ore and Kethane together deposit here, sadly. Oh well. I mean, in theory, there could be an ore up here that I just don't know about. There's no way to know until we try it. But if that is the case, there's actually no Kethane there. Oh no, there is. Wait a minute. There's Kethane here. Yeah, see, but those was all too slopey. So this is a bad ore choice. What are you gonna do? Okay, well, this guy here is pretty equatorial. There was a Kethane prospect here. Where's the poor one? Because if I can find the one that says it was poor, this was Hilltop. Kethane base. Oh, that's actually is my Kethane base. What is this? Oh, that's the crashed Elroy ship. One of these is listed as poor. If I was smart, I'd be using the Targetron right now. I could also turn off my Kethane grid. Poor! This guy right here. Okay, he's down here. This is him, right? Okay, if we show the ore overlay, this one right here on the horizon, on the equator, and this one right here on the equator are very attractive to me because they're on the equator. This one I can't really tell because it's dark how slopey it is. But it really wouldn't be that hard to get our ship. Is this him? Yeah, poor. Up to this dot right here. I almost want to just let this thing scan a little bit longer. An hour and 42 minutes. Doesn't sound too bad. So we're just gonna switch to him. We're gonna do more scanning, and we're going to I'll be back when we're getting the Minmus refinery into docking. We've got 5 minutes before our closest approach to the base, and as you see, we're coming in hot. We're gonna see what it's going to take to bring us down to roughly the base level. Now, this isn't what we're going to be doing, but it's just giving me an idea. yeah, this is going to be like a 10-second burn. So we can go right down to right when it's with us. So I'm just aiming myself in roughly the right direction. I somehow kept that maneuver node. Goodbye. We're gonna get ourselves aimed right. We are gonna find our target, which is right there, and we're aiming ourselves away from his direction of motion. You notice, yeah, he's currently going really slow, so I'm not too worried about this. I could almost do this with RCS, to be honest. Not that I'm going to, but we're gonna speed ourselves up here. When we get under 1 kilometer, I'm gonna reconnoiter here. Maneuver node. Oh, yes, I know there's a maneuver node that I set up once, and I'm saying that all annoyed as if it's doing something I didn't tell it to do. Whoa! Okay, 1.2 kilometers away, and we can see it now. Sorry, I had to take a screenshot. Okay, he is now less than 1 kilometer. As he's crossing my center line here, because I'm aimed forward and backwards, as he's crossing my center line, that's when he's going to be the closest. When he's crossing like the center of my mass, which is the center of the screen, which is just about now. So I'm going to kill my velocity relative to him. Okay, that's good enough. Now we're going to aim at him. And this is going to be, as they say, fun. Because one thing, the Minmus refueling station currently has the tugboat, if you want to call it that, the lifter. It has it connected to it. I did that on purpose because we're going to need to, especially this outer one, because it doesn't really have any control. I mean, it has its RCS, and I think this is a brain. So you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try actually docking it. But this here doesn't have anything on it that... okay. But we'll find out here in a second what I'm doing. So I'm going to rotate it so I can see more. Because this blocks a bit of what I'm looking for here. See, I'm turning myself way to the side, and then I'm thrusting forward... because I want this yellow to be on top of the purple. Purple is the direction to my target, and yellow is the direction I'm going. So I want to be going towards my target. And that's perfect. Now I want to tell you what, I'm going to turn on RCS so we can get back as quickly as possible. And we're fine on RCS fuel. We don't really need that much of it. Of course, one thing about RCS fuel is the computer loves to waste it. That's for sure. So, okay, there we go. Now we're aimed in the direction of the thing we're heading for. We're heading for it. We're going to get about, let's say, I don't know, about 100 meters away, and then we're going to stop ourselves. Maybe 200 meters away. Actually, honestly, we're getting pretty close right now. This thing is so long. It's a little bit crazy here. Actually, I'm not that concerned yet. Just going to get ourselves close. Yeah, I think 100 is fine. Maybe 150. Okay, we're going to slow ourselves down now with the N key. You see our speed to target is going down. I want to make sure we're going very, very slow relative to the target. And it's hard because using the RCS is changing our speed because we're off center here. So I need to slow myself down. Okay, now I need to turn RCS back on and slow down. Okay, that's got to be good enough. We're not going to hit him and everything like that. So now we're going to disconnect from here. We're going to control from here. I think this will work. If it doesn't, we're going to have to do it with the station. So control from here. Let's extend one of these solar panels. And then we're going to decouple this node. And he has control. Yes, he does. Okay, and he's fairly centered. I actually centered these RCS ports for this maneuver in particular. Now, we need to figure out where on the station we're going to dock this guy. There's an open port right here, so I think this is going to be good enough. So, we're going to set this as our target. Now we are going to switch to the station. We are going to control from here. And then we are going to set him as our target. If it lets us. Up. There we go. Now we are going to aim this at our target. And sadly, it doesn't actually tell us where our target is. Actually, yes it does. That's that purple thing right there, so we need to go down like this. Yeah, and it's really weird. It's weird to control these things off axis. It's just... that's the way it works, because the controls don't work the way you expect them to. You know, one of the controls that normally would spin your ship sideways actually rotates it, which is a lot faster than you're used to. So this is kind of funky, but this will work. We're going to get this guy aimed at our target. Now we're going to do the speed trick. Then we're going to jump back to this guy. Now we're going to reset up this target. And we're going to re-control from here. And then we are going to aim ourselves. We're going to rotate like this so we don't hit our solar panel on him. Also would like to not hit the extraplanetary launch pad thing on him. Let's go into target mode. Target mode. Oh, did I... set as target. There we go. Okay. Now we need to translate ourselves so that our speed is heading towards... as we've learned, we want to be... I'm going to turn him a little bit like this so that his solar panel, if you look here, if we go into chase mode, so his solar panel is not going to hit anything. I'm actually going to go farther over this way to bring it over faster, because I also don't want to hit those solar panels on the station. So I'm giving myself a lot more lateral velocity than I currently need to get these things lined up faster, is the idea here. And then now I'm going to bring it back in, and we're just going to slide this thing in like a glove. Going to go up to a whole meter per second here. Might as well... utilize the really nice connection we have. Okay, I'm going to slow it down to half a meter per second, get more precision. And it's looking pretty good. Like a glove. Okay, we have an extraplanetary launchpad base. Well, we can, if we had rocket parts in one of these... if we had metal, we could convert them into rocket parts, but we don't. So that's part of it. Now, for the really hard part of this, we need to dock the other thing into the other side. So we're going to disconnect this. Then we are going to set this. We're going to control from this docking port here. Where's our ship? There it is. We are going to set him as the target. We are aimed exactly opposite, which seems reasonable, actually. We're going to rotate ourselves around. And actually, this has a docking port on it, so I can do it with this ship. I don't know what my problem is. I planned all this. See, here's the problem: is you see these every other day because I do one of these and then an FTL video. I don't record these every other day. I record like 5 of them in a row, and then I don't come back to the game. I literally don't play KSP for like 3 or 4 days, and then I come back and I record 1 or 2 more. So it's really hard for me to remember sometimes what my plans were. So let's see. Okay, this guy now. Yeah, and that's the way I want it. So let's control from here. Let's find our base. Let's set this as a target. Let's get ourselves aimed at him. Now this is going to be a little bit harder because we don't have RCS anymore. We all know how good I am at that. So we're going to get this guy aimed correctly. I can turn RCS off, in fact. Ugh. So I don't really want to be going much more than 0.5 meter per second here. Which I'm already going more than. And we just have to kind of go on faith that this is going to work. Faith in F5. As I said before, I don't know if you watched my Moho one, you should have. What I learned was get a good approach like I have right here. This is docking without RCS 101. Get a good approach like I have here, and then hit F5 to save, and then just keep doing it over and over again until you get it right. 1 meter per second shouldn't be too awful bad. Let me get into chase mode here. We're looking fairly decent, actually. Get ourselves aimed right at that port. We're heading towards the ship. We're going to bang into it kind of hard, but hey, what's the big deal? Here we go. Now or never. And bam. Now turn off the computer. Oh, it didn't work. Didn't work. There we go. Come on. Come on, docking port. Be nice to me. It so wants to dock. Come on. You know you want to. See, I'm trying to turn my ship. Oh, come on, it's right there. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch over to the space station, not that. And I'm going to control from here. Set him as the target. Get these guys lined up again. Okay, now go back to him. Set this as the target. Control from here. Slow and steady wins the race. Keep us aimed right at the node, and come on. You know you want to. There we go. That's got to be a dock. That has got to be a dock. Come on. Finish it. Yeah, the magnetism is pulling it. It's just gotta read it as a dock. Any second now. Ah, there we go. Oh, frickin' sweet. Frickin' sweet. Okay, now. Whew. Now we got to get this thing landed. which means we have to find a prospect. So, holy cow, that was tense. How much fuel does this guy have in him? He probably has plenty. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, pump level. I installed a new thing to allow me to pump fuel. I don't remember if I've talked about it in other things here, but I haven't really tried it yet, so I'm not sure how well it works. But okay, this space station's getting kind of crazy, but I love it. Okay, now we've got some debris out here somewhere. Don't know exactly where it is. Not a huge deal, but we are going to be grabbing that debris and bringing it back. Okay, this guy has full fuel, so we're good as far as that's concerned. I think I'm going to actually fill these fuel tanks up here. Let's go in and in, because I don't know how hard it is going to be to get this thing down. I have a feeling I'm overfilling the fuel. But anyway, I'm going to open up all these solar panels. I think if I hit 5, and then I hit 5 again. Oh, that should give us enough solar power forever. And I actually remember now, I brought these along because I'm going to disconnect them from this guy and attach them to this guy. So I think I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to go back to my scanner and I'm going to let it run forever. Then that way I can find better prospects. So I'm going to do all that. I'm not going to do it on camera. Assuming this takes 20 days, I'll be back here to do the moho thing. Otherwise, I'm going to be landing this thing on Minmus to start drilling. So I'm excited. We're about to build in space. But I think, you know what? This feels like it's been a short episode, but I don't think it has, because we've done a lot of cool stuff here. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed doing it. I am 5thHorseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later.